Welcome. I'm trying to paint a scene from a village called Mollem. It's near the border between Goa and Karnataka. I was traveling through that village once and it was morning time, and so the sun was low on the horizon, and it was casting long shadows in the fields of these big trees. So I captured this photograph and I'm going to paint a painting based on this. And I'm using oil colors to paint this. So I'm starting with the blue sky. I'm using cobalt blue and titanium white. And I'm going to gradate the sky as I come towards the horizon. And I'm leaving some small gap for the tree on the right hand side, which is going to come later. And this is the distant mountain. I've used the same cobalt blue and some burnt sienna and some white to make this mountain color. And I'm now indicating the distant trees. I'm using various shades of green which I created using the cobalt blue, burnt sienna and yellow ochre and some white, because I want to show the distance so these trees won't be having a lot of contrast. And now I'm coming in with yellow ochre and a tinge of burnt sienna. And here comes the shadow of the big tree on the right hand side. It's funny that the shadow comes before the tree. And I'm now filling in the foreground, which is a paddy field which has been harvested. So it's all brown colored remains of the paddy. Here comes the shadow of the other tree, and I'm using a paper towel to remove some of the color from that area where I'm going to paint the trees, because I don't want the darks to get mixed with the color already present there and decrease their contrast. So here I'm painting the big trees. And later I'll be coming in with the highlights for the trees, but for now it's the dark part of the trees or dark side of the trees. And I'm also trying to adjust the shadows which are supposed to be dark near the source, and they get lighter and lighter as they go away from the source, which is the tree. And I'm also indicating some grass or the remainings of the paddy which are present on the ground, and then I'm filling in the remaining foreground with some variation in color. Sometimes I add a little more of burnt sienna and some blue to darken the brown color, especially towards the bottom of the painting. And I'm trying to create a very rough surface. Now come the highlights for the trees. Because the sun is shining from the right hand side, the right hand side of the trees is being lit, and I realized that the sky needs to be lighter, so I'm adding a little more white on the horizon especially. And I also want to indicate some clouds. I'm trying to adjust the brightness of the yellow grass with some white and yellow ochre, and I'm also trying to add some details for the trees. I'm also looking at the composition, and somehow I have both these trees equally distant from both the sides of the painting, which is kind of disturbing me. And I'm back to adjusting the clouds, and I think they have a better whiteness to them, or the highlight is nice now. As I mentioned, I'm conscious about the composition and trying to add a bush on the right hand side and trying to see if the composition improves, but then I'm still not happy. So I'm trying different things, and I think I'll have to get rid of the tree on the left hand side. So I'm signing the painting here, and I'm still thinking about how to improve the composition. So I wiped the tree on the left hand side. I'm restating the sky portion there and also the mountain, and I'll have to do the same with the foreground or the grass and the tree line which is near the horizon. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm now adjusting the yellow ochre. And finally, I think I am happy with the composition at least, and I'm so now adding few details or trying to adjust some things here and there which will make the painting complete. So I'm adding some shadow to the cloud, and that's it. I think it's good to go. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me on Facebook and Instagram so that you don't miss out on anything that I post. Until next time, happy art making.